Yeah, so 10 years ago, as a result of coming out of the Surrey Club bombing and pulling Tom Singer out, I had a photograph taken which became an iconic image, and as a result I was called the Angel of Bali. Being in the Surrey Club that night, experiencing the flames and the blood and the destructions firsthand and scrambling out of there, my hands and knees really gave me a new perspective and made me look at wider issues of peace, terrorism, war, and how that really affects people in their personal lives. Once I found out Mark was dead, I had to tell his family, and the ripples went outwards and outwards, and I had to experience what it is to tell a father that his son is dead. That for me is probably, it is hands down, that for me is the hardest thing I've ever had to do. Tell a father that his son is dead. My book is called Shockwaves, Finding Peace After the Bali Bomb. And the book was initially 9 years ago, I called it Goodbye Innocence, because I thought that it reflected the loss of my own innocence, the loss of the innocence of Australians, the loss of the innocence of Balinese. It's all about the experience of, okay, you're there, you're in that moment, you're in the centre of a bomb blast, you're on the dance floor in the centre of a club that's on fire. And how you go from that, from your own experience to the immediate experience of people around you, the experience of the people on the street, the experience of the emergency services, the experience of the families, the experience of the nations involved, and how they interact with each other. It's just like a wave that's just rippled across the whole earth. But now, for me, I realise that the most important thing is peace within ourselves. Because if we can't experience and be peace within each movement throughout our day, within each thought, with our interactions with our family and our friends, then how are we going to create a better world? What model are we creating if we're not peaceful in ourselves? Surfing's played an enormous role in my life at every stage, and I didn't see a winter till I was 8 years old. I travelled the world with my surfing parents between Byron Bay, Cornwall and Bali, and I learnt to surf in Bali when I was 3 years old on my parents' surfboards. It's always been a part of my life, and my greatest love has always been the ocean. Surfing was how I actually met Mark and how we were drawn together. I was walking up from the beach with my surfboard and it was something that we enjoyed together. Surfed together here in Byron Bay, we surfed together in Cornwall, and finally we surfed together in Bali. And it's just an incredible experience of just peace and in harmony with the ocean, and just that intuitive feeling of riding along a wave. Surfing also played a really powerful role in my own healing, and once the Iraq war began, that's when I really I didn't want to see the television. I didn't want to experience, I didn't want to hear about what was happening in Iraq. I couldn't bear it on a personal level. So I escaped back to the ocean. Surfing brings people together. Surfing gives you a reason to celebrate, gives you something to look forward to. It's I'm blessed to have been born into a surfing world. I think people might be able to gain something from hearing how I've coped with it, and that life hasn't been destroyed, and that I am okay, and that life is actually really good.
Open up your heart, try not to hide what you feel inside.